Alright, what is going on everybody? In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys a complete trophy guide on the ambulance life of Paramedic Simulator. This guide will include in-depth descriptions on how to complete each trophy, as well as general game tips for each trophy and just in general. This platinum will take you a minimum of 50 hours to complete due to one trophy. However, gameplay-wise, it will take you probably around more like 35 hours. If you need any help with a specific trophy, please feel free to use the chapter section to skip forward to any specific trophy you need help with. If you find this video at all helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel, as well as comment down below any other games you guys want to see any guides on, or even just reviews, and I will be sure to check them out. Starting off with a couple quick tips, which I will more than likely mention throughout the video as well, but I figured I would mention them here. This game, like a lot of simulator games, is very buggy. It can be a lot worse, but overall it does have some bugs. The driving isn't the best, but once you get used to it, it's not that bad. If you experience a bug or get stuck in place, you can use the pause the game option and reset your player, and it will clear up everything for you. Additionally to this, you can reset your player to get out of any off-road calls, such as if you're doing a call for a bug bite or the such where you are off the main road, you can reset your character and it will put you right back onto that main road once you're in the ambulance. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started with the trophy guide. Sightseer. Finish a shift in every city district. There are 3 districts in the game: Downtown, Amman Heights, and St. Johannes. Each of these districts will need to be played through 7 different levels. It may take you about 4 to 6 shifts to complete a level, especially when you get to levels 6 and 7. So for this trophy, you need to play 1 shift in each district. So you will need to complete all 7 levels in Downtown and Amman Heights to unlock St. Johannes. Once you do, complete 1 shift in this district and the trophy will pop once you click end shift immediately at the end. For the quickest way to get this trophy, you can choose to do 15-minute shift in St. Johannes to get the trophy a bit quicker, but you will end up having to get through all 7 levels in the 3rd district anyway, so it doesn't really matter what length of shift you do. As long as you complete 1 shift in every district, this trophy will pop. Mummified. Fully bandage your patient. This trophy can be done on any call, even if bandages are not required. Once you get a call out, drive to the location, perform any investigations, and put your patient into the ambulance, as you can only apply bandages once you're inside. You want to equip your bandages, and for this trophy, you will need to apply a bandage on all parts of the patient. You will need to apply these bandages one at a time on both the upper and lower arms, both upper and lower legs, and the torso. Once your patient has a bandage on each of these parts, the trophy will pop. Time loop. Play the same catastrophic shift again. Catastrophic events are unlocked at different levels throughout each district. The first event is the Freeway Catastrophe, and it is unlocked in the Downtown District at level 4. The second event is the Mall is on Fire Catastrophe, and is unlocked in the Amman Heights District at level 7. And the third event is the Chemical Plant Catastrophe, and is unlocked in the St. Johannes District at level 7. You can do this on any of these catastrophic events. Once you have completed the event for the first time, you will need to play it again in full for this trophy to pop. Simply finish all 3 stages of the catastrophic event and end the shift. Then the trophy will pop. Please keep in mind that a separate trophy you will need to complete is for completing a catastrophic event 10 times, so maybe keep this in mind and choose whichever catastrophic event you're going to want to be doing 10 times, that way you already have 2 out of the way. Tracker. Find all patients during a catastrophic shift. This may seem harder than it actually is, but with a little bit of practice, this should not take you more than maybe 2 or 3 tries. Or to register that you found a patient, you do not have to talk to them or even triage them, you simply have to walk by them. If you would like to quickly triage any live patients to get a higher score for the S tier, then you will have enough time to do this as well. Here are some notes for each of the 3 events. The Freeway Catastrophe. This may be the easiest for you to complete this trophy on, as it's only one general area, rather than multiple stories like in the mall. You're given 10 minutes to find all patients, so run around, check every car, behind any debris, by all the buildings, and by every single edge. Once you find all patients, the text on the left where it tells you how many patients you have found will turn green and the trophy will pop. The Mall Catastrophe. This event, in my opinion, is the hardest to complete this trophy on, but it is still very doable. I found the screen warps your vision quite a bit, and people alive or not can blend in really well with the debris. but you are given 13 minutes to complete this. There are 3 levels to the mall, all with stores that you need to go in and do a quick check for any people in any aisles. There are also 2 staircases on either end of the mall where people can also be in, so you'll need to check there too. Again, you can just run around and walk near them for it to count. Once you find all the patients, the text on the left where it tells you how many patients you have found will turn green and the trophy will pop. The chemical plant catastrophe. You may find this quite easy to do as all the patients are in neon green outfits and are very easy to spot. What I found easiest for this trophy was to run around the perimeter finding all patients and then going to the middle. Remember to go up all the different staircases to find all the patients as they will be on them in the surrounding areas. Once you find all the patients, the text on the left where it tells you how many patients you have found will turn green and the trophy will pop. Express care. Finish field treatment in less than 5 minutes. Field treatment is stage 2 in any catastrophic event. This can be done on either the freeway catastrophe, the mall catastrophe, and the chemical plant catastrophe. Once you are on stage 2 of the event, you will be able to treat 5 randomly selected patients that are given to you before you choose which one to bring to the hospital. For this, you do not actually need to fully assess them. All you need to do is put a blood oximeter on each of the patients and it will count as you treating them. Once you have done this, run over to the gate by the ambulance and end the field treatment. Once you do this, and if it was under 5 minutes, the trophy will pop. Not a bulldozer. Trigger game over from collision. To do this, you will need to crash the ambulance into another object, whether it be another car, a bench, a light post, or any other stationary object in the game that is not a person, and cause a game over since you totaled the ambulance. The easiest way to do this is to drive at the highest speed possible and then crash it. Once you have done this hard enough, you will get a game over screen due to your car being totaled and the trophy will pop. Please note, you need to make sure to enable game over due to crash in the settings, as if you have the setting turned off, the ambulance can never be totaled. EMT. Complete free shifts on classic mode. Classic mode is a mode in the settings that you can choose. Once you choose classic mode under the gameplay section in the settings, all the information about this mode will be under it in the general section. Make sure you do not change any of these settings as it will take you out of classic mode and put you into custom mode. You can complete this at any time, in any district, at any shift length. Complete 3 shifts while in classic mode and the trophy will pop. Bookworm. Opened every handbook page. This will be one of the last trophies you get as you need to unlock every callout in the game to get every handbook page, as they do not show up until you unlock that callout. The last callout is the chemical worker callout, and it's unlocked in the St. Johannes district at level 5. Once you have unlocked all the callouts, you can complete this trophy. Start any shift, and once you spawn in, you can press the touchpad to open the handbook. You will need to click every page on every tab for this to unlock. Once you have done that, the trophy will pop. Ready for action. Complete your first shift. This is going to be your first trophy. All you need to do is complete your first shift. You will only have access to the 15-minute shift at the beginning of the game. More than likely, you will only finish 1 or 2 callouts in your first shift as you are brand new to the game and getting used to all the mechanics. No matter how you score on these, as long as you finish the shift by pressing the button to end shift immediately, once you have reached 15 real-time minutes and brought your patient to the hospital, the trophy will pop. Family time denied. Spent more than 20 minutes in shift overtime. This trophy may just happen naturally as you play, especially when you first start out, as you're still getting used to the mechanics of the game, and going in overtime will happen pretty much every single shift you play. To know that you are in overtime, on the top left of the screen you will see how long is left of your shift. For example, if you selected a 15-minute shift, it will tell you that you have played X amount of time out of 15 minutes. Once 15 minutes have been reached, it will turn red and you will officially be in overtime. You can spend as long as you want in overtime. So for this trophy, all you need to do is spend 20 minutes here. You can send patients to the hospital and stay idle for the rest of the time if you need, as it will not time out. Set a timer for 20 minutes, and once that's over, end the shift and the trophy will pop. Detective. You gathered all available information before treating a patient. Each callout will be different, however there is an investigation that you need to perform. There are multiple different things to check before treating a patient, so make sure you do all of them. If you are missing something, the trophy will not pop, so keep looking. These things will include the following. Objects. Objects within the scene can be scanned using L2 and may or may not be relevant to the situation. For example, you may see some large hazelnuts that may indicate the person is choking, or their phone, which will provide no clue. There may only be a couple of objects that you can scan, but make sure you do, and whether or not they provide information, it is still necessary to do this. Check all around the patient, even if it is a bit away. Sometimes the patient may have moved away from their belongings. Witnesses. If there are any witnesses in the situation, ask them all the questions you can to get any information possible. Sometimes they will not know anything about it, but you never know until you ask. So just ask them, get any information you can, and that will also count towards this trophy. The patient. Ask the patient all the questions you can. Often their answers will be generally useless, but every now and then they may provide you with some useful information on the situation. As well, you need to scan all parts of the patient to get all the information as possible. Once you have all the information you can about the patient before treating them, the trophy will pop. If the trophy does not pop, you have not gotten all the information. Keep looking, look everywhere, and if you're still having trouble, try it on the next call out. Siren Symphony Duo. Unlock a second vehicle. There are 3 ambulances to unlock in the game. However, you will get this trophy when you unlock the second ambulance, as the first one is given to you in the beginning. Once you fully complete the downtown district and reach level 6 in Amon Heights, you will unlock another ambulance. You do not have to equip it, just unlock it and the trophy will pop. Old Town Roads. Move the stretcher over 2 miles. This trophy will happen naturally as you progress through the game. Typically, this will pop when you are in the final district. However, if you've done everything else and you still find yourself needing this trophy, you can take the stretcher out at any time and walk around with it. So take it out and start walking around, and the trophy will eventually pop. Workout. Travel 10 miles on foot. This trophy will happen naturally as you progress through the game. Typically, it will pop when you are in the final district. However, if you find yourself still needing this trophy near the end, just walk around the town for as long as you need until the trophy will eventually pop. Are we there yet? Drive 100 miles. This trophy will happen naturally as you progress through the game. You have to drive everywhere. There's not a time where your partner will drive, so you will more than likely get this, usually when you're in the last district. Again, if you find yourself not getting this trophy and you're near the end of the game, just start driving around until you do. You'll have the whole map unlocked when you're in the District 3, so just start driving around and eventually the trophy will pop. Full first aid course. Total playtime reached 50 hours. For this trophy, you will need to be in the game, aka on a shift or catastrophic event for 50 hours, okay? Staying idle in the menu does not count. I tested this specifically for this guide, and it does not count. You need to be in a shift for this to count. I personally finished all the other trophies in 34 hours, so I had roughly 16 more hours to go. So I stayed on the main menu to test this, and it did not work. So to get this, go into a shift, complete a couple calls, and then once you're in shift overtime, you can remain idle for however long you want until the trophy pops. Please note that this trophy will not auto-pop after 50 hours of in-game time. You will need to end the shift after the 50 hours, so I would recommend going to the PlayStation home screen, seeing how many hours you have in the game. That'll be roughly around how much hours you have actually in the game, unless you know that you left your game to the menu screen for an extended period of time. That should be roughly about your gameplay time. So set a timer on your phone or whatever device you want to for however many more hours you need. That'll be roughly about how much more you need. Once your timer is up, end your shift, and the trophy should pop if you've reached 50 hours. If it has not, go back into a shift and play through it again. Stay on the overtime for as much time as you want to do, and then end your shift, and that registers the hours on your account. So once you end the shift, you should see that trophy pop. Safely delivered. Successfully transport a patient to a hospital. This trophy is not missable, as you are required to bring every single patient to the hospital. Simply start up a shift, go to a call out, provide any care necessary before transport, then drive them to the hospital. This will happen during your first call of your first shift ever, therefore this is not missable. Freeway Lifesaver. Successfully finish the catastrophic event Freeway Catastrophe. The Freeway Catastrophe is unlocked at level 4 in the downtown district. Once you have this unlocked, you can start it in the menu where you would typically start your regular shift. Start the catastrophic event and complete it. This will consist of 3 stages. The first stage, you will find all injured patients, triaging them as you go. Make sure to check every nook and cranny for the patients. including inside all cars, around all edges, inside debris. Just look everywhere. You will know when you have found all the patients when the text on the left is green. But you don't need to find every single patient to finish this, as the timer will tick down no matter how many patients you do find. The second stage will give you 5 randomly selected patients for you to treat before choosing which one of them to bring to the hospital. And stage 3 is transporting one of those patients to the hospital. Once you have done this, you can end the shift and the trophy will pop. The Mall Hero. Successfully finished the catastrophic event, The Mall is on Fire. The Mall is on Fire catastrophe is unlocked at level 7 in the Amon Heights district. Once you have this unlocked, you can start it in the menu where you would typically start your regular shift. Start the catastrophic event and complete it. This will consist of 3 stages. The first stage, you will find all injured patients, triaging them as you go. The mall has 3 levels, all of which need to be checked. Each level has multiple stores and hallways that will also need to be checked, as well as 2 staircases on each side of the mall that also need to be checked. You will know when you found all patients when the text on the left is green. The second stage will give you 5 randomly selected patients for you to treat before choosing one of them to bring to the hospital. And stage 3 is transporting that one patient to the hospital. Once you have done this, you can end the shift and the trophy will pop. Chemical Aid Guardian. Successfully finished the catastrophic event, Acidic Poison Accident. The chemical plant accident is unlocked at level 7 in the St. Johannes district. Once you have this unlocked, you can start it in the menu where you would typically start your regular shift. Start the catastrophic event and complete it. This will consist of 3 stages. The first stage will find all injured patients and triaging them as you go. The chemical plant has an outer area and an inner area. The outer area will be the perimeter of the plant where patients will be scattered all around and behind things. Make sure to check all over. Luckily, patients in this catastrophic event are all in bright uniforms and very easy to spot. This event also has the most deceased patients, which will just require you to quickly run over them and put a black tag on them. The outer perimeter does have a small downstairs section in the back, so be sure not to miss that. The inner area is the middle section where you will find people on the ground level as well as many on sets of the stairs. Make sure to check all stairs and all levels for patients. You will know when you found all patients when the text on the left is green. The second stage will give you 5 randomly selected patients for you to treat before choosing one of them to bring to the hospital. And stage 3 is transporting one of those patients to the hospital. Once you have done this, you can end the shift and the trophy will pop. Not today. Save 3 patients in a regular shift. This trophy will most likely happen naturally. Once you're familiar with this game, you can easily save 3 patients in a 15-minute shift. However, if you find yourself struggling to do so, just choose a 30 or 45-minute shift once you unlock them. Once you have transported 3 patients to the hospital in a single shift, the trophy will pop. True Paramedic. Complete 3 shifts on Simulation Mode. Simulation Mode can be selected in the settings. Once you have this selected, you can see all the information about this mode below it. However, make sure you do not change any of these settings, as it will put you out of Simulation Mode and into Custom Mode. Once you're in Simulation Mode, you need to complete 2 shifts of any length in any district and the trophy will pop. Disaster Veteran. Play a catastrophic event 10 times. This trophy may seem harder than it actually is, but it really is not. You will have to choose one catastrophic event to complete 10 times, since you need to complete a catastrophic event 10 times. Meaning you cannot complete the Freeway catastrophic event 5 times and the Mall catastrophic event 5 times. You need to choose one of these events to complete 10 times. The Freeway is the quickest event as it gives you the least amount of time to find patients, which is 10 minutes. To do this the quickest way possible, do the following steps. Load into whichever event of your choice and drive to the scene. You will be required to watch a quick, unskippable cutscene. Once this is over, the timer will start and you are able to find patients. You don't actually have to do anything here, you can just remain idle the entire time, watch YouTube, do whatever you want. Once the timer is over, you can skip any cutscenes that play and you will spawn into the treatment area where you are supposed to treat patients. However, you can go over to the gate near the ambulance and end the treatment phase immediately. This will allow you to go to the ambulance to get the stretcher and pick up any patient that you want and put them into the ambulance. Do this and drive to the hospital, completing the catastrophic event. Do this 10 times total and the trophy will pop. I've seen everything. Complete all callouts at least once. There are 15 different callouts in the game. Car crash, house fire, stress attack, occupational accident, drug overdose, suicide attempt, gunshot, object inhaled, injured homeless person, allergic reaction, body malfunction, crushed person, lost person, collapsed person, and chemical incident. You will unlock these callouts as you play the game. When you unlock a callout, the next shift you start will include that callout, so this trophy is unmissable. Once you have completed all callouts, the trophy will pop. Fully armed. Unlock all tools. You will unlock different tools as you progress through the game. The last tool to unlock is in St. John's District at level 4, and it is the Needle Decompression tool. Once you have reached this level, you will unlock the tool and the trophy will pop. Overwhelming. Unlock all callouts. There are 15 callouts in the game. All of these you will unlock as you progress through the game. The last callout is the Chemical Worker callout and will unlock in St. John's District at level 5. Once you do this, the last callout will unlock and the trophy will pop. First impressions. Play at least 1 hour in each city district. This trophy is unmissable as it will take you upwards of 10 hours per district to complete all levels. So simply progress through the game and the trophy will pop. A game of tags. Triage 100 patients. This trophy is unmissable as even during normal shifts you will be required to triage patients at certain calls where there are multiple patients to assess. Between this and completing the catastrophic events, which will give you 20 plus patients to tag, you will accumulate enough to get this trophy to pop. If you find yourself still needing this trophy near the end, just complete the catastrophic event a couple times and the trophy will pop. Medicus Totalus. Unlock everything. To get this trophy, you will need to get to level 7 in all 3 districts. This will unlock everything including all callouts, tools, and catastrophic events. Once you do this, the trophy will pop. Not a rookie anymore. Complete all callouts with the highest rank. There are 15 different callouts in the game. Car crash, house fire, stress attack, occupational accident, drug overdose, suicide attempt, gunshot, object inhaled, injured homeless person, allergic reaction, body malfunction, crushed person, lost person, collapsed person, and chemical incident. You will unlock these callouts as you play the game. When you unlock a callout, the next shift you start will include that callout, so keep that in mind. Assess the patient in full and select the diagnosis. If you do this correctly and do everything the game tells you to do, according to the diagnosis selected, you should easily get an S tier. If you do not worry, as this game will cycle through these 15 callouts a lot, and you will 100% complete multiple of the exact same calls with a bit of practice. Once you have completed all callouts at the S tier, the trophy will pop. Master of Disaster. Complete all catastrophic events with the highest rank. This will most likely be one of the last trophies that you get. I personally got an S tier on the first and the last event and had to go back to the mall event to get the S tier. Here are some tips on getting S tier on all 3 catastrophic events. Find all patients. Finding all patients will give you the most amount of score at the end. You will know when you've found all the patients when the text turns green on the left. Triage all patients. You want to quickly assess all patients, providing them with any care you can immediately, but do not take too much time on one patient. I simply spoke to them quickly so the game would tell me if they were bleeding or not, then I quickly looked to see where they were bleeding and applied a tourniquet. Select their triage tag and move on. You want to also do this for the deceased patients. Run over them and press circle to put the black tag on. Once you get to the treatment phase, go to each patient and select their diagnosis and treat them accordingly. You can end this phase when you feel it's best and transport the most stable one, as they are less likely to decline on the way to the hospital. However, if you do have a patient that was in critical condition that you made stable, bring that one to the hospital as you will get bonus points. I recommend doing this in classic mode or custom mode, as simulation mode will make the patient's health degrade much faster, giving you less time to treat them. Once you do this and get the S tier on all 3 catastrophic events, the trophy will pop. Alright, that's every single trophy in Ambulance Life, a Paramedic Simulator. I hope this video was very helpful to you. If you're still having any trouble, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to help you as long as just everybody can help everyone. Again, if you guys found this enjoyable, please leave a like in the video and consider subscribing for more trophy guides and PlayStation content, as I do them every single week. But alright, that's it guys, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.